Hey, what's up, everybody? We are going to get started here pretty soon. We're just waiting for people to get in, so please like and subscribe to the live stream. And please share the live stream and invite somebody to come along. Tonight we're going to talk about Ruby Frank. She's a rather peculiar Mormon lady. We're going to dive into that, which we have briefly before, but tonight's going to be a follow-up. So kick back, relax, and we're just going to wait a little bit longer for people to get in. Yes, and unleash mindful demons. Do it. Okay. And 3 and 2 and 1 and big face. And hello, everybody. Welcome to Mindful Monad. It is Monday. It is time for our look into something religious or philosophical. Now, I want to say, I think this is going to be the last time we are going to look at something religious for a moment, because next week I want to get into something that's a bit more uplifting and still critical. So, the dealio is Wednesday, I'm not going to be live streaming. We're not streaming this Wednesday. I'm actually going on a camping trip, which is going to be relaxing and nice. So, today we are going to get into a lady named Ruby Franke, who is at base Mormon. She is LDS and originally started a channel in 2015 concerning her and her Mormon family. Mormon families are quite large, and at the time, YouTube family channels were very popular. Since then, it has degraded. She's essentially lost her family, and she's partnering up with this other woman to create this sort of life coaching business model to influence other people in their parenting strategy and their life strategy, this, that, and the other. And it is very religious based. But get this, she preaches a lot of like absolute truths, like the absolute truth of the universe. And I have briefly covered her in the past, so I'm interested to follow up on it. Sorry, I had to burp. I have to get it out. Too much bubbly. This one is raspberry. So anyways, I want to revisit this lady, Ruby Franke, and see what she's up to, because she's still up to her crazy shenanigans. So, anyways, before we get started, let's say hello in the chat. First off the bat, I see Morg, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to be joining Morg's live stream later this evening. Tyler, good to see you. Lisa, good to see you. Cassidy, good to see you. Hope, good to see you. And I see Philip and Mark in here as our moderators. Do we have any more moderators in the house, or is that it? I see Mark and Philip so far. Michelle, hello.
Just a small bit of super thanks for my wonderful friend.
Oh, Philip. Philip, that was so nice. I don't know how to react because that was like so nice. Thank you, Philip. Thanks, Philip. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Philip gave a donation and said, you know, just a bit of small super thanks for my wonderful friend, Jan. Keep evolving and showing us your power. You amazing monad. We're unstoppable. Yes, we are. And I really appreciate that. I really do. It's been put at test just how unstoppable we are, and it's proving to be true. So here we are, and here we stay, and here we remain like a monolith of reason. An indestructible monolith of reason. Here we are. So, I really appreciate that. And thank you, Philip, for moderating tonight, too. Making sure our live stream is safe. And Mark Vanderpool, it's always such a delight to have you here, especially your jokes. I love your jokes. They're so wonderful. Joanna, good to see you. Hello, Perry. Good to see you. So we're just going to wait a couple more minutes, and then we shall get started on our topic of Ruby Franke. As I described briefly below, she's an old school sort of like Mormon large family YouTube family blogger. Not so much anymore. She's kind of lost her family because she keeps prioritizing God above her own children, like literally above her own children. at the same time, she claims to speak the truth about reality, the absolute truth about reality, and living in the truth and knowing the truth, and everything else is just distortion, how she likes to word it. So she's an odd lady. She's a fucking weird lady, okay? I'm not gonna beat around the bush. So we're going to take a look at her shenanigans, what she's doing lately. And the reason why I like to bring her up is because some of the things she says make me think of some things that we talk about in Hyperianism, such as concepts of absolute truth. What is absolute truth? What would be considered distortion of a truth? So it's like, I want to see what she says and then immediately like cut her off and be like, no, here's like the actual thing that's going on, and that would be from the Hyperion's perspective. And it's hot. It is a hot damn, my lord. My Lanta, I am wilting like a flower. My goodness, the perspiration. It's at an all-time level today, honeys. I'm a little out of breath. I am just perspiring, I do declare. Oh, I am wearing a full 3-piece cotton suit, honeys, in the midsummer of Louisiana. Is that a good, like, Louisiana drawl? I don't know. I do declare. I am wilting. The steel magnolias, right? Oh, the magnolias. I'll take my iced tea in the garden with extra sugar. Hey, what's up, Belinda? Good to see you. Laura, also good to see you. Roberta Singer. Oh no, hold on. Hold on, test. Okay, I need a new microphone. I really do. This one's shorting out. Anyways, Roberta Singer, good to see you. Laura LaFleur. LaFleur is a pretty, I feel like, kind of one of those French-sounding names. LaFleur. That's like literally like the flower. Hey, should we get into our topic? Are we ready? Are we ready, my friends? Ready? We got it ready? We got a yes, please. We got a let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, Laura LaFleur says, yep, it's French from my French-Canadian grandfather. That's awesome. Yeah, I kind of figured. LaFleur. Laura LaFleur. LaFleur. Ready, 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 ready. So, I have to say, this lady intrigues me. This lady intrigues the hell out of me. Oh no, did I lose my mouse again? No! Oh my god, no, not the treacherous fucking cursor loss. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. My mouse cursor occasionally goes invisible. It's this weird, like, glitch. And all I have to do is navigate back to, like, my screen capture thing, and it comes back. It's weird. Okay, so. Here's the thing. This lady, Ruby Frank, originally started off as just sort of like an average YouTuber. Like, she had a big family. She started a big family. Not only was she a part and grew up in a big family, a big Mormon family, but she started her big Mormon family. So naturally, as an ex-Mormon, I'm like, I have to pay attention. So throughout the years, she has continuously uploaded videos about her and her family and all of their family cornerstones, milestones, things like that. The problem and the controversy with Ruby Frank and her husband, I can't even fucking remember his name right now. But anyways, these people had a family YouTube channel called 8 Passengers. So including them, it's like 8 passengers. So they had 6 kids, right? That's standard in Mormonism. That's nothing. That's like regular. Okay, you think that's a lot of kids? Psh, those are rookie numbers, bitch. Like, that's nothing. So the controversy with these people is they wouldn't just upload sort of like reasonable family milestones. Like, they were uploading a lot of weirdly personal things about their family and their children. And then they really came under scrutiny when they started to share the way in which they, what's the word? Discipline their children. For example, some of their younger children were sort of acting up around the holidays, which kids do. Kids get excited. Kids get excited over the idea of Christmas and receiving presents and stuff. So naturally, all kids go through the phase of just like selfishness a little bit. It's just like, oh, it's Christmas, it's about presents, all I want is presents. Like, they just do that. Like, you're gonna set up the capitalistic narrative of receiving presents during Christmas. Naturally, kids are going to be into that and wanting that. And so one year the parents decided to, like, because their kids were acting up, take away their beds and make them sleep on the hardwood floor, and then 2, make it so that their older siblings could participate in Christmas and have presents and this and do stuff with the family, and then the younger kids couldn't. And they did this and put it out there all on like YouTube, and there was a lot of people who were like, isn't that a little too much? Isn't that going overboard? And they're like, no, not at all. Like, not in the least bit. So that's just like an example of what these people do. And on top of that, their YouTube family channel has fallen through the cracks. Like, it's fallen through. So it's no longer relevant. And Ruby Frank, the mother, first of all, I believe her 2 oldest children don't want anything to do with her now that they are of legal age. They want nothing to do with her whatsoever because of her crazy shenanigans and her crazy ideas of parenting. So Ruby Frank at this point is not really operating within her family YouTube channel like stuff. She's moved on to creating this sort of life coaching business where she and her friend are life coaches in a religious sense, but then they have this like model of like truth and distortion, and they swear it's not religious based, but then she turns around and says things like the most important thing in family is to have God first, even before your children. Like, there was some person who made a comment like, before anything else in my life, my children come first. And even that's selfish in Ruby Frank's eyes, who says that God needs to come first before children. So Ruby Frank is weird. She has a very current active website called Connections. connections. You see how it's spelled with the X. And if you notice in my YouTube thumbnail, I say DISconnections, because honestly, she's somebody that's going to tear families apart 100%. And so I just want to like take a look at her and just like figure out what the fuck is going on. Not that she needs much examination to determine that she's crazy, but there's some things that she says about truth and absolute truth. And that's the area that I want to really put a microscope under, is her weird wordage and verbiage about absolute truths and distortion, and what is absolute truth and what is a personal truth. And that's where I really want to take a critical gaze upon her. So we're just going to take a look at what she's been up to recently, and we're going to do that through the eyes of Spill Sesh, like session, Spill Session, like Spill Sesh, Spill Session. And I really love this gal who has this YouTube channel, who takes a critical eye of people, and some of the stuff is, it's nothing I'm interested in, but every once in a while she covers somebody that I'm like, wow, this is really good. So, we are going to do that. Before we start, okay, let's say, I see Lisa Grace, hello, I see Angela, good to see you, Angela. Angela Ducot, good to see you. Hope, good to, yes, if I repeat you, here's the drill. If I repeat you, pretend it's new, and if I miss you, just say hello again a couple of times until I get it. So anyways, Renaissance Fairy, hello. Michelle, good to see you. Susan, thank you so much for coming, I really appreciate that. Joanna, good to see you. So let's take a look at this lady. Okay, so Ruby Frank is an American YouTube personality who happens to be one of the few YouTube stars who have taken a completely different path on the video sharing website. Instead of posting some mindless comedy videos, she uploads her family videos, sharing with the world the pleasantness of being involved in a large family. Ruby started her YouTube channel in 2015 to document the shenanigans of her baby girl. Her first daughter was named Eve. How Mormon. At the beginning, not many paid attention to what she was doing, but eventually they started joining her in her journey. Her YouTube channel became more and more famous with every passing day as the number of subscribers started to grow rapidly. Since she was brought up in a large family along with many siblings, she exactly knew how to handle a family, which became the reason behind her success as a YouTube star. Her videos are known for being original, making the channel 8 Passengers a hit among over 2.3 million subscribers. She's from Utah, of course. If you have a large family, you're from Utah. Anyways, I'm from Utah. I can say this. Fuck you. Ruby Frank was born on the 18th of January in 1982 in Utah, USA, to Chad and Jennifer Griffith. Chad, oh my lord, she was born to a Chad. She is the oldest among 5 siblings. Do you see, like, when you have like 5 to 6 kids in your family, that's a normal Utah family. I was born into, well, I wasn't born into a family. I was adopted into a family of 5 kids. 7 of us in one house. So anyways, she was very close to her family and later said in one of her videos that her mother was the best person she could have hoped to have as her caretaker. She also said that each and every effort of her mother to make her happy. Wait. Yeah, including her habit of taking her out for shopping on her birthday, made her realize the importance of a mother in a family because, you know, the importance of of a mother in your family is the fact that they take you shopping on your birthday. Anyways, after becoming a mother herself, she wanted to teach the younger generation the value of motherhood, especially to those who frequently disrespect their let me rephrase that. Especially to those who frequently disrespect their respective mother. She started her YouTube channel in 2015 in an attempt to show the world the value of a closely knit family and motherhood. She failed. Ruby Frank's first video is titled The Making of Eve, which documents her younger daughter Eve. The video showcased how Eve got along with the rest of family members. The video was uploaded the rest of her family members? Of the family members? I don't get that. Was Eve their first child or like their later child? Anyways, the video was uploaded in January 15 and so far garnered more than 1 million views. Initially, the channel struggled to amass considerable number of views as it had managed to gain just a couple of subscribers. But Ruby's fan base grew over a period of time and gradually her channel started garnering more number of subscribers. Garnering more subscribers. I would have typed that differently, I don't know. Anyway, since the channel did not get a great response initially, Ruby Frank was reluctant to post her videos on a regular basis. But as responses started flowing in, she eventually became a frequent uploader. She then started uploading videos almost every day and came up with different themes in order to keep her fans entertained. Ruby homeschooled her kids. She homeschooled them! I don't have anything against homeschooling per se, unless it's by religious women. If you're a religious woman, you're not allowed to homeschool your child. I'm sorry. You're not allowed at all. You were banned from homeschooling if you're a religious woman. So Ruby homeschooled her kids and shared the same on her channel. She also shared parenting tips with her viewers and other useful information pertaining to raising her kids. Her videos usually flew in every morning around 6 o'clock. Apart from the useful information that she shares on her channel, what makes her videos famous are the antics of her 6 children who do silly things, make her video funny and authentic. So her kids are essentially like what? They're performative pets? While shooting her videos, Ruby Frank also makes sure to incorporate certain elements that may inspire women to embrace motherhood, as she tries to prove that being a mother is probably the best thing one can do in this world. I have no problem with that concept. If you think being a mother is the best thing in your world, you should do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't think it's the best thing for every fucking woman, and don't think it's the best thing for everybody else. Ruby Frank grew up in a large family along with 4 siblings. Interestingly, all her siblings have their own successful YouTube channels. It's true. Every one of Ruby Frank's siblings have their own YouTube channel. Ruby Frank married her longtime boyfriend, Kevin, and Ruby and Kevin are blessed with 6 children, and the entire family is responsible in making their family channel success. Isn't that precious? Connections. 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 Okay, so let's review this video created by Spillsesh, who did a fabulous job putting this together. Absolutely 100%. Follow Spillsesh. Obviously, her work is like more tea-oriented, tea drama, but occasionally she drops something on somebody who's like fucking very concerning, like extremely concerning, like more beyond than just YouTube drama. Hey, Lisa Ziwak, good to see you. Patricia, good to see you. Thank you for coming, everybody. Oh, and please hit the like button. Likes really help. That is just tremendously helpful. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel if you have not. I don't upload much videos anymore. I will. But right now, I'm live streaming 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This Wednesday, I'm going on a camping trip, but I will be here Friday. Oh, thank you, Angela. Yeah, I really am just kind of going to, like, unplug. And I don't mean that, like, with, like, phones and stuff. I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna not have, like, phone signal. But, like, really, I'm just gonna, like, sit on the ground and stare at a bug. And, like, just kind of skitter onto a rock like a lizard and eat a bug and soak up the sun. Lizard mode, baby. I'm having a lizard vacation. I'm going into lizard brain mode.
Franke from the 8 Passengers Family Vlog channel have been the center of a lot of rumors and speculation. Ruby and Kevin Franke from the 8 Passengers Family Vlog channel have been the center of a lot of rumors and speculation this past week.
Wow.
There's been a lot that's been said about this family in the last couple years, and the fact that they have separated themselves from their other family members in order to live this strict lifestyle in which Ruby refers to as living in truth. Over the years, they've been called...
That's the part that bugs me. It's like the living in truth part. Like, and associated with Mormonism is like, what the fuck do you mean by that? What do you mean, like, by the living in truth bit? What does your truth mean? And, like, we've looked at this before, and her idea of truth is extremely convoluted. Extremely convoluted. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Okay? You'll see.
Called out for their harsh and embarrassing...
And why should we care? Because she's making money off of this idea.
Parenting that they have documented and shared on their YouTube channel called 8 Passengers for millions to see. But after receiving so much backlash from sharing their kids online, Ruby and Kevin this year decided to stop posting on their main YouTube channel, and instead they focused on a new path of life with a woman named Jody. Together, they all created content under the name Connections.
So Connections is this website right here. That's this, like, life coaching stuff that they promote.
I'm Jody Hildebrandt. So glad you're with us. If you're like me, you've had pain in your life. It could be from a divorce, work conflicts, relationship issues with children, grandchildren, spouse, anxiety, depression, or fear that you don't understand, feelings that you're not enough or that you're unlovable. Connections is the solution. You can change. You can experience feelings of being whole, centered, liberated, connected, empowered.
Sorry, Susan's like, can you turn the sound up on the video a bit? Not the mic. You sound fine. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to start this over. So we're looking at Connections, the company created by Ruby Franke and her partner, Jody Hildebrandt.
Welcome to Connections. I'm Jody Hildebrand. So glad you're with us. If you're like me, you've had pain in your life. It could be from a divorce, work conflicts, relationship issues with children, grandchildren, spouse, anxiety, depression, or fear that you don't understand, feelings that you're not enough or that you're unlovable. Connections is the solution. You can change. You can experience feelings of being whole, centered, liberated, connected, empowered, and free. Come and see for yourself. There's something here for you.
I mean, it's like weird, right? It's like I'm like, I as Monday Monad also say some sort of these things, but not like that. This is very, I'm kind of questionative of this. What does that mean? Well, if you dive deep into this company that's like it's literally like a life coaching company. Like you actually have to pay to get into this website. I don't have a website they have to pay to get into. Like you sign up for classes and stuff that teach you to be happy. And it's literally like I've seen into some things now and they already right off the bat denounce any sort of mental health issues at all. Like if you have a mental health issue, you're making it up. Like literally making it up. Anyways.
There's a YouTube channel for this and a Facebook group, and they call on mothers living in truth to join and come to them for advice. This advice has been met with lots of criticism from the public who have seen some of the things that they've said on their Facebook group and videos on their YouTube channel, and as much as they claim their beliefs aren't religion-based, it does feel like that most of the time with the advice that they're giving. For example, someone in the group said, "My kids always come first," and Connections.
Oh, this is so like ridiculous. Oh, this is one thing that like makes me ridiculous. This is okay. So this person is saying like, my kids come first. And then this is her response.
Replied, "May I invite you to see the truth? God needs to come first, not kids. When you finally place God in front of everyone in your life, then you can begin to truly love everyone. Keep God first."
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Even as like somebody who grew up in religion and knowing that this lady is Mormon, it's a little peculiar to me because even, well, no, never mind. I take that back. Do we need to examine Abraham? Abraham trying to sacrifice his only kid? Yeah, okay. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. I take it back. I take it all back. I take it back. These people are crazy. Yes, of course they'll put God first. Of course they'll put God first before their own children. And that's so funny because it's like, well, if God's commanding you to start a family and have children, like, and then you put him first, and then you're putting God first, it's like, why are you having children? And then you're teaching your children to put God first, so you're just simply creating people to put God first? Okay, I gotta crack a window. I'm getting too hot. Hold on. Okay. The window's open. The pants are off. I think we're going to survive another hour. Through this heat wave. I think we're going to make it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the back is actually pretty long of my hair. It's just, it's so like curly and wavy. It scrunches up and behind. So, like, when you look at me, like, face on, my hair looks shorter than it actually is, but it's actually quite long in the back. Thank you. I'm growing out my mullet. I want a mullet that reaches my ass crack.
It sounds pretty religious to me. There's nothing wrong with religion, but like
here.
one on the group
I
said,
gotta,
my kid
I gotta back up. Hold on. I gotta back up to the part where the person's like, my kids always come first, and then she says her response.
kids always come first. And Connections replied, may I invite you to see the truth. God needs to come first, not kids. When you finally place God in front of everyone in your life, then you can begin to truly love everyone.
Only when you put God first can you truly love everyone. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like you're actually loving anyone at all. It sounds like you just love God. And it sounds like God's taking your attention away from your family and your loved ones.
Keep God first. It sounds pretty religious to me. There's nothing wrong with religion, but like I said, they've claimed their
Yeah, that sounds pretty religious, right? Spilly is saying this right on the dot. This sounds religious, right? When you tell somebody and you encourage somebody to put God before your own children and your family, and then you turn around and say this on your business model of your connections that says, listen again, what we are teaching isn't based in religion. And what we are teaching isn't a program. We're teaching the principles of truth. What? But they're not teaching religion, but God comes first. What? What? Let me say that again. What?
Their advice is based in truth and not of any religion. But as for what's going on with them right now, there has been a lot going on behind the scenes in the 8-passenger household, I will tell you that. We have a lot to break down as lots of you guys have.
Yeah, Angela says, like, love an invisible person when I can love my children and family. No, thank you. I'll pass. Yeah, straight up. Like, like, if you have children, you're going to want to protect them. I mean, you're going to want to put them first. And I don't mean to completely, like, as in you should completely throw yourself away. No. I mean, there's definitely, like, a balance and a thing where you put yourself into your own care as well. But to say, like, fuck your kids, fuck you, fuck everybody, only God matters, like, that's insanity.
Have been in my DMs wondering if I've heard some of the recent rumors that have gone on between Ruby and Kevin, and if I've seen some of the stuff that's been going on with their older daughter on social media. So let's start with some of the rumors, because I want to be very clear that nothing is for a fact. There's a lot being said online, and the things that you guys have sent me or things that you guys have sent me that you've heard about, I don't have any proof other than just people on Reddit saying they heard something from a source or they heard something from word of mouth, they have a credible source, all this stuff. I'm saying take this information with a grain of salt. This is all alleged information. I don't know if it's true or not, but right now on the internet, people are claiming two separate things. There's two different rumors going around surrounding the 8-passengers family. One is that they are separated and that Ruby's obsession with her Connections Facebook group and her seeking living in truth has driven her and Kevin apart. The other is that their oldest son has moved away from their home and is not living with them anymore. I've heard that he's maybe living with Kevin somewhere separate from Ruby, but that's literally nothing that the family themselves have posted about or spoken about. These rumors all started a few days ago when a Reddit user spoke out about hearing the fact that Kevin and Ruby are not on speaking terms and that their son had moved elsewhere.
Okay, so we're not sure what's going on between their dynamic, but it's quite clear that she's more focused on this than her family, which seemed to be a lot more important previously.
And somebody posted that this move had been confirmed. They said an anonymous user came forward and shared concrete evidence of the move. They wished to not give details in order to maintain their privacy, as they do have a relationship with the family. Kevin's
Yes, Roberta Singer says, I heard they were overly strict and abusive to their children. They were overly strict, as I said before. Like, they did weird shit like deprive their kids of, like, beds to sleep in. Like, you have to sleep on the hardwood floor to learn your lesson. Like, I don't know, like, what is going on in your family where you feel like that's perfectly okay? And if your family dynamic is in such a position where making children sleep on a hardwood floor without blankets or pillows is like your only option to like deal with this situation, then there's something seriously wrong with the very foundation of the family to begin with.
move has not been verified, but Chad is supposedly out of the house. Update has also been claimed by members of their social circle that Kevin and Ruby do not have contact with each other.
I'm sorry, but children will fuck up. Children fuck up. Kids fuck up. And as a parent, it's ultimately your duty to teach them what to do with themselves and how to handle situations when they fuck up, how to be mature, how to deal with things responsibly, not to just constantly discipline them mindlessly for your own benefit. Okay, there's a difference between disciplining children just to make yourself feel better and then disciplining your children to actually show them something, actually help them understand something.
Other currently. Like I said, you guys, take it with a grain of salt, but this is what you guys have been sending me. This is what I've been DM'd, tagged in, all this stuff. These are the rumors. I am aware of them. What I will say is that Ruby has joined the Connections group and has invested so much of her time and energy into creating content surrounding this belief in truth. It is very true that over the last year especially, she has really dove deep into this, and the way that she talks and speaks and her perspectives on life and family and all this stuff has really changed from what she used to say in YouTube videos years ago. This new way of life has led her to losing touch with her sisters, her parents, and that is stuff that has been confirmed, that she is not in touch with her family. And I've talked about it in prior videos that Ruby's sister Julie has literally been the one to confirm this, to say that Ruby hasn't seen any of their family at any family events because she has chosen to separate herself from her family.
Interesting that it's her that's chosen to separate herself from her family like that, and going on this voyage of just sheer insanity. Sheer insanity.
And just going based off of advice that she and her partner on Connections, Jody, have given other people, if someone is not living in truth, they have got to go from your life.
If you choose not to, abide by the expectations of this household, then you are in effect saying, I don't want to be part of this household. And that would be your choice. And you are welcome to leave.
The advice being spread in this group is truly so harsh and really does not leave any room for empathy or any sort of trying to understand other people and what other people are going through. The rules they are living by seem so strict that it seems like if you are not a perfect human, then you are just a horrible person and you do not need to be in Miss Ruby or Jody's life. And we've talked about on this channel before that Ruby has always been a strict parent with her kids. That's why her and her husband Kevin were called out for their family channel in the first place. But she's only increased her level of strictness and her expectation for not only people, but for kids. And we all know that kids just act the way that they want to act. And yeah, like kids live within boundaries and you have to respect adults and stuff, but kids are going to be kids and they're going to mess up. And that's why when you're...
That's what I was talking about previously. Like, kids mess up. Kids mess up. Like, it's like it's guaranteed children are going to mess up. That's the whole point of being a child, is you mess up enough fucking times to realize what goes right. Like, this lady is one of those moms where it's like, you literally have to be a perfect human fucking being, or you're deciding not to participate amongst her personal narrative of truth.
growing up, you learn things. You learn things for adulthood, and mistakes are bound to happen. Not everyone is perfect, but based on the things that Jody and Ruby have said in the Connections group, it just seems like there's no room for error no matter how old you are. And that is just so sad. There's like zero compassion for other people being expressed at all in any of the advice that they are giving. The messages being spread have led people to believe that they are not supportive of things like the LGBTQ plus community. They don't believe in mental health struggles, and it just feels like they don't believe in any other emotion other than being happy, respectful, and working hard. Like, there's no room for being anything else. And she's been teaching her own children that negative emotions are a form.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Mark's like, there's something predatory and exploitative about the willingness to make your very strict parenting style an ongoing public display. That's what really rubs me the wrong way about this lady, is not only is she going as far to say that this is right for like my own children in my home, which is not. She's going as far as to say, like, this is what's right for the rest of the world. This is the model the rest of the world needs to be abiding by, and that's the only way. That's a very weird thing to just put forth there and make money on and just, like, profit off of
Distortion. And she's been sharing on the Connections page and in videos that any sort of emotion that is not those is a form of distortion. There is a video on the Connections page that shows her kids coloring distortion versus truth emotions, and the emotions under the truth, you can see they say happy, trust, honest, humble, aware, and under distortion, you guys, it says fear, stuck, chaos, lies, anger, depression.
So if you're feeling angry or if you're feeling depressed or any of these things, according to this lady, those are feelings of distortion. Those are not true, and you're willingly like giving up your free agency to that stuff, and you're just being succumbed to it. It's really fucking bizarre. She's got some really goddamn weird ideas about what is considered truth and what is considered distortion. And let me show you. Let's see what.
Let me tell you something about truth.
Okay, so here's a good example of this lady.
Let me tell you something about truth. Truth doesn't need backing up. You know what does need backing up? Because it's not reality. And so
Let me start this over.
Doesn't need backing up. Let me tell you something about truth. Truth doesn't need backing up. You know what does need backing up? Distortion. Because it's not reality. And so anyone who comes and says, where's your proof? That person is in distortion. Because they're trying to control. They're saying, I'm not going to believe you until I see proof. And it's like, well, you don't believe in reality? You need proof that reality exists? That's distorted. Truth is love. Truth creates. Truth gives inspiration. Distortion deceives. Distortion destroys. And I don't care how big the crowd is. Crowds cannot say what is wrong, what truth has proclaimed to be right. Let me tell you something about truth.
You see where she's got some messed up fucking like convoluted ideas about truth? Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, literally, she straight off the bat, she's like, truth doesn't need any backing up, but distortion does. No. No. If it's true, then it has a way to be backed up. And if it's false, it doesn't. What the fuck is she talking about? I just want to listen to this one more time before we move on, just so you guys can really let it settle into your brains about her ideas of truth and how weird it is.
Truth doesn't need backing up. You know what does need backing up? Distortion. Because it's not reality. And so anyone who comes and says, where's your proof? That person is in distortion. Because they're trying to control. They're saying, I'm not going to believe you until I see proof. And it's like, well, you don't believe in reality? You need proof that reality exists? That's distorted. Truth is love. Truth creates. Truth gives inspiration. Distortion deceives. Distortion destroys. And I don't care how big the crowd is. Crowds cannot say what is wrong, what truth has proclaimed to be right.
So if you come across a truth that distorts your view of reality, it's automatically false? I can't even, like, I'm short-circulating trying to think about this lady's logic. Straight up short-circulating. Like, I'm blowing a fuse here, people.
Anxiety. Like, why is that all associated with, like, distortion and these thorns and this sad face? Like, it's really sad feelings of fear, depression, anxiety are being labeled as distortion, and it's not being taught as a valid human emotion that everyone can experience. It doesn't make you a bad person to feel those feelings, and the fact that it's being taught as this negative thing that you should, like, suppress in order to be humble.
I'm sorry, it doesn't make you a bad person to feel feelings of frustration, feel feelings of anger, this, that, and the other. Like, this is she's trying to set objective parameters for subjective content. And it's not going to work. You cannot take subjective experience and try to manipulate them and say that they are objectively correct. You are either subjectively experiencing or you're not. There's no objectively assigning shit to subjective experiences, whether it's anger or frustration or this, that, and the other. And that's the truth.
And honest and truth, like, live in truth. Like, what is that? Don't suppress your feelings. If you are feeling some type of way, feel your feelings. You're really not going to get anywhere if you just, like, push them down deep inside of you. That I feel like the way that she's teaching it, especially on this Facebook group, is that if you feel these things, choose not to, girl. Just be happy. Anxiety, push it away.
Anxiety, as horrible and debilitating as it feels, you still have choice. And that's one of the things.
No, you don't. No, you don't. As somebody who suffers from anxiety, you do not. Your brain releases a certain set of chemicals into your body that says, holy fuck, the sky is falling, and you don't have any choice but to ride along with it, even though you cognitively understand that what you're experiencing is just subjective physical reality. You still have to buckle up and go with the ride, honey, and that's where you should talk to professionals. That's where you should talk to your healthcare experts, everything like that. That's where you should turn to professional care. Thank you so much, Heretical Response. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. But yes, now you can't choose your plights. You can. I mean, you can choose to like how you deal with it, but you can't choose to experience anxiety or not. That's not realistic. This lady is psycho, and I am convinced that she doesn't experience any emotions at all. None. I'm pretty fucking sure now, absolutely, without a doubt, it's an objective truth that this lady is a robot and a Stepford wife.
That I am responsible for teaching my children.
As far as being anxious and fear, you know, I'm in because I am
nervous about the Christmas party tonight. I'm entitled to stay in bed all day.
I'm nervous about the Christmas party. That's her idea of what anxiety is in a nutshell. It's just being nervous about the Christmas party. I wish a lot of us got to have the luxury of just simply being nervous about the Christmas party. But some of us are not just nervous because of the Christmas party. We're nervous because of the Christmas narrative that is all year long with the fucking national Christianity and the fucking capitalism, okay? Just nervous about the Christmas party. Oh, I'm nervous, all right.
Society will say that's kind of okay. No one's saying, oh yeah, that's really wrong, or that's distorted. They're saying, yeah, you're entitled to that. So it's all entitlement.
Like, what? Seriously, like, there's so many people that have commented under advice that Ruby has given, like, oh my god, thank you. If only I knew I could just choose to not have anxiety. Like, come on, like, let's be.
I love the I love the frowny face right here. I just choose. I'm nervous about the Christmas party.
Realistic, life is hard, people struggle, and that is okay. It's okay, it's normal, it's life. Let's teach that if you have anxiety, you have depression, you feel fear, you feel anger, let's talk about our feelings. Let's find a way to release those feelings so we can get to a place where we feel happy and content. That is not what's being taught here. It's like, if you have anxiety and you feel sad, you want to lay down? Nope, that's bad. Negative, sad face. Like, what? You guys, she literally has a video talking about how you need to, like, stop, like, relaxing. If you feel some type of way, just go to bed.
So, relaxing. Relaxing in the Bible shows up 0 times.
This is not ironic laughing. This is fucking funny. This is so fucking funny. This is so fucking funny. Relaxing shows up 0 times in the Bible, you all. So nobody gets to relax ever. No relaxing for any humans at any times. It is ungodly. It's a sin. It's like there's just no. God, no! If it feels good, stop. Like, no.
That's because it's not a principle. The word rest shows up in the Bible 257 times. Rest.
No, this is literalism at its finest. This is biblical literalism at its best. This is the fucking best. This lady is such a fucking biblical literalist. It's so fucking unfunny. Oh my lord. She's my new favorite. She's my new favorite. Oh my god.
Rest is a principle of truth. The movement of being relaxed, of relaxing.
No, honey, there's no movement with relaxing. I think you're severely misunderstanding relaxing when you think there's any movement to relaxing at all. Because when I'm relaxing, there's fucking no movement, okay? There's only, like, my lungs expanding and deflating. The conversion of, like, carbon monoxide or air into carbon dioxide. Dioxide or monoxide?
Is to check out. It's to disconnect. Break open the ice cream and I'm going to recover and watch Netflix. Rest.
Yeah, bitch. So what?
Rest, on the other hand, has a movement of connecting with the here and now. Resting says, I'm going to look at my life and I'm going to take some time and I'm going to review how I am showing up in my life.
What?
What? Some people need to, like, decompress. But anyway, people have speculated that Ruby could be so deep into this lifestyle of living and believing in truth to the point that it could not only have separated her from her parents and her siblings, but from Kevin and some of her kids. She hasn't spoken out directly about these rumors, but she did address a question on their Facebook group about divorce and her views on it.
Marriage.
And on the seventh day, he rested, bitch. He rested on the seventh day. He rested on the seventh day, bitch. He did not relax, okay? There was no relaxing, only resting, which is a step above relaxing. Relaxing is evil.
Is an outcome of two people living inside truth who commit to living a life of a higher law.
Hold on, it's so fucking hot. Jesus Christ. No resting. No relaxing. No relaxing. No relaxing, only resting. That doesn't even fucking make sense. Not at all. Hello, MC. Good to see you, by the way. We are resting. We are not relaxing, though, because that's a sin.
Law, aka the more responsible way of living, then divorce is when one or two people decide they are not going to live in truth and they are going to be irresponsible.
I'm sorry, I have to back this up. What?
Some people need to decompress. But anyway, people have speculated that Ruby could be so deep into this lifestyle of living and believing in truth to the point that it could not only have separated her from her parents and her siblings, but from Kevin and some of her kids. She hasn't spoken out directly about these rumors, but she did address a question on their Facebook group about divorce and her views on it.
Marriage is an outcome of two people living inside truth who commit to living a life of a higher law, aka the more responsible.
Marriage isn't even a unification between man anymore in this woman's mind. It's just an outcome of living in truth. Has she ever had an orgasm? I'm concerned. I'm pretty fucking sure this woman has never had one fucking orgasm in her entire life, either by herself or with, let alone anybody else. This is why she's like this. This is why she's like this. You know it to be true. This is the truth. We are living in the truth of this woman never having had an orgasm before in her entire fucking life.
Way of living, then divorce is when one or two people decide they are not going to live in truth and they are going to be irresponsible, dishonest, and prideful, and they are going to break their commitment to living in truth, and they're going to break the commitment to living a higher law.
Some people feel as though...
You know what's so weird is she's Mormon, but she doesn't give a lot of the Mormon ideology out in here. It's like it's like what she's talking about is Mormon friendly, but she's not really hitting that narrative.
The thought process she's sharing could someone...
Michelle, I don't think she eats cookies or candy ever. Maybe she just pukes her foot up. No, she just no joy. No joy, no nothing, no just... She just lays there stiff as a board as her man just waggles his wiener over her.
Might be related to a situation she might be in, since people think that she believes in truth and maybe Kevin doesn't anymore, and that's why she was saying all that, because he has not been as active in the Facebook group as...
Why? Because I'm pretty sure she won't do butt sex. I'm pretty sure she won't do anal, and that's why he's yeeted the fuck out, okay? And this is objective truth.
As he once was. He used to be posting in Connections all the time. He used to be in videos all the time. And now he is nowhere to be seen on the Connections group He also isn't on Instagram anymore. He deactivated his account once all the speculation started going around. It could all just be a coincidence, but this is just things that people have been pointing out. Some people are also noting that she wasn't wearing her ring in this video, but like I said, it's all just speculation. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if it's even true that they're separated, but for a fact, Ruby's siblings have blamed Connections for being the root as to the reason why Ruby is not in their family.
So it sounds like her ideology is the root of, like, what she's, like, clinging to. Like, just sort of, like, scratching to the rocks as the tide is taking her family away. In which case, it's very ironic, and that's why I put in my thumbnail DISconnections, because it's like her whole life is becoming disconnected. And it's not even to do with the truth, objective truth or not. And that's the thing, like in Hyperianism, when we talk about objective truth, about the objective truth about reality being mathematical, it's still not really going to it's not going to moralistically govern your life. You have to participate in this life. You have to be somebody. You're going to have friends. You're going to have family. You're going to have wives. You're going to have children. Like, you're going to have subjective experiences. And to that, even though it is mathematical, there's no mathematical governance of how precisely you should carry out your personal life. And it's like, in Hyperianism, it's like, as long as you're not inhibiting other people's right to self-actualization, and as long as you're not harming any other people, and it's like, as long as you're doing your own thing and you're not governing over people with your insane ideas, like, fine, do it. But what this lady is proposing is insanity. She's trying to apply objective reasoning to her own personal morality, and she's trying to say that it's quote unquote the truth. And as she said right off the bat, her truth doesn't need to be proven, because, you know, if it needs proof, then it's not really true. And that's such a back-asswards way to go about this. I'm sweating. I'm just sweating, honeys. It is hot today. Oh. It is above 65 degrees here where I'm at, and that's hot.
Her sister Julie had said before that Ruby chose to distance herself, but didn't explain in much detail why. But she said in a comment specifically, Connections has torn families apart. It is not a good group to be affiliated with, and hopefully one day she will realize
interesting.
It. She also liked a comment where someone said, her Connections views and content is so wild and offensive. Maybe she did you guys a favor. They talk so much trash about their family in the workshops. How sad to hear.
Oh, yeah. So they really are just living in there. So it's just like divorced crazy Karens, like, group. It's like the manosphere, but like the woman sphere. Like the really toxic, like, womanish thing.
Her own sister say that Connections is tearing families apart. Now people are believing that it's torn Ruby's literal own family apart, like her and her husband and her kids. Like, that is sad. Now, as for her oldest daughter, Sherry, she is in college now. She's a full-on adult living away from home, and she's on social media on her own now. She's choosing to be online. She has recently changed her Instagram handle to no longer associate with the 8 Passengers name. She's going by official Sherry Frank now, and she has also just refollowed Ruby's sisters, Ellie and Bonnie. And people feel like this might be a sign that she has kind of changed her views on some things, and she is maybe trying to rebuild a relationship with Ruby's side of the family. She's also unfollowed a lot of conservative Instagram pages. She once used to follow a lot, and she's now started to follow more liberal media outlets, sensing she's changing views.
Interesting. Her family members are like sort of disassociating from the ideology. Yeah, very peculiar.
From what she was once surrounded by while living with her parents. And people are really hoping that these changes and realizations truly mean that she is going to repair relationships with Ruby's parents and with her aunts and uncle. I really do hope that this family can heal and come together again, because the rest of them are so close. Like Ruby's sisters and her brother, like they're always hanging out. They're always getting emotional when they have to say goodbye to each other. I think it's really adorable how close they all are, and it's just sad to
I had a weird thought. Never mind. Continue. Sorry.
think that
Hold on. No. I'm like, I think I might know where these people live.
Ruby is just off in her own world, believing that truth is better than family. It's so sad. But that is what is going on with Ruby and Kevin as of recent, and the things that have come to light. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure on some of the information, but this is all that I know of so far. So I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Okay, so there you go. There you have it. This lady, very peculiar lady, has a lot of very weird ideas about truth and what is absolute truth and what isn't. And her idea of absolute truth and the idea of absolute truth in this connections group, which is, you know, shop. Workbooks. Contact us. These are weird, just like life coach sessions to like show women how to think like her, essentially. Like,
Welcome to Connections. I'm Jody Hildebrandt. So glad you're with us. If you're like me, you've had pain.
yeah. Everybody's had pain in their life and suffering and this, that, and the other. And it's like, that's always like the selling off point, like, to like get yourself like some weird self-help shit. Like, even in Mindful Monad, I'm like, what can you do with your pain and suffering? And those always seem to be like the more popular videos than the ones where I'm just like, hey, here's some Hyperion stuff. But it's like, it's not a secret. It's not like some nuanced thing. It's nothing you have to pay money for. It's like, Jesus Christ, everybody experiences pain, of fucking course. Everybody experiences suffering. Everybody like has struggle. Like, and that's like where the motto of Hyperianism comes in, where it's like ad astra, like to the stars, per aspera ad astra, through struggle to the stars, because it's like, it's through owning your own struggle pain and turning it into your own personalized power in order to help yourself like grow and evolve beyond the point you are at right now. That's the whole point. And that's a very practical thing. That's not like a wishy-washy woo-woo thing where like this lady's like, oh, you gotta sign up for my fucking class to learn this shit. Like, I don't, like, fuck. No, like, I can't tell you how to handle your own individual personal pain. Like, there's going to be an element of that where you're going to have to figure out what to do for the fuck yourself. But, you know, what I can tell you is that it's worth utilizing to help yourself grow beyond your situation. That's all I can do. All I can do is be a cheerleader. I can't tell you how to personally integrate your own pain. All I can do is encourage you to integrate it and learn and grow and with reason and become beyond human, like, about this stuff. That's the point of dealing with struggle on an individual level. And then, you know, together we all struggle. Obviously, I have my individual struggles. Like our moderators, Mark, Philip, Susan, and Cassie, everybody here tonight has individual struggles. Like, we're not perfect. And even then, it's like, what does perfect mean? Does perfect mean like you never struggle? Because if that's an idea of perfection, I don't want anything to do with that. That sounds boring. Why would I want to be like perfectly unchallenged? for eternity. That just sounds weird. Like what? Like the ultimate tropical vacation for eternity with cabana boys like serving you all the time? Like eventually that's going to get old, right? Eventually that G-string on that guy mamba is like not going to be like satisfying anymore. So like what the fuck are we going to do with ourselves then? Anyways, tonight is a shorty but a goodie. Let me jump into the chat and say hello to everybody. I am going to not be live streaming this Wednesday, as I've said before. I am going to go on little tiny vacation, just a little camping trip, nothing crazy. So I'm going to be gone Wednesday night, but I will be back for Friday night. So we will have a Friday night stream. But Wednesday, nothing Wednesday. But I do invite you to view the material posted by the Hyperion source, because they have been whipping out the math videos like no other, baby. They have been like totally spitting out those ontological math vids, and it's been fucking fire. So, and no relaxing. Thank you, Angela. No relaxing. No, only resting. Resting is okay, I guess, but not relaxing. We're gonna miss you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys too. But, like, it's been a little crazy lately, if you haven't noticed. So, I'm looking forward to just a little breaky poo. Where I just, like I said, I'm just gonna lay on a rock like a lizard and eat a bug. And I'm gonna have a lizard vacation. Oh yeah. Hey Susan, please drop your somebody please drop the Hyperion source link, please. I would like to invite you all to go over there and check out really delicious, awesome Hyperion information, and especially all the hardcore mathematics and stuff. A good mini vacation. Thank you, Susan. I know. I'm not going to be gone. Like, I'm leaving Wednesday morning. I'm going to spend Wednesday night and Thursday night, and then I'm going to be back Friday, like, just a little bit afternoon. So it's not too much. Like, I'm not going to be gone too long. Like, just a couple of nights. So... And then when I come back, it's going to be Friday, and I think we should do something fun. Last Friday was a little bit more intense than I intended. So I want to make it up to you this Friday by doing something just, like, really chill, really fun. Like, let's maybe, even if you guys want to watch more Bible Man, we can still do that. I know that you guys enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't mind that. There's still more episodes. Like, there's still more episodes of Bible Man, so we can do more Bible Man this week. Or if you guys find something else hilarious to view and, like, watch and hang out with, then let's go ahead and watch that too. Like, and that reminds me, if you are a part of my Patreon, patreon.com/JanEricksonOfficial, you can get instant access to my Discord server, in which you can talk with me on a more personalized level and suggest things for us to view on Friday night chat. Oh, thank you, Newcomer Ra. Hi, Jan. I don't usually hop in on here. Glad I did. Yeah, good to see you. Do you work 9 to 5? Of course. Oh, thank you so much, Laura, for wishing me relaxation. I gotta be careful with that relaxation. It's, you know, a sin. It is a hot day. Jesus Christ. Oh, Roberta Singer. Yeah, anybody can go to mindfulmonad.com. If it's a little bit like, I don't know, if you're not figuring it out, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I really appreciate everybody's support in coming tonight, and especially sharing and liking the live stream, this, that, and the other. And yes, I will be hanging out in Morg's live stream. Oh, Van Winder. Thank you so much, Van Winter. That's really sweet. Okay, so no, this is really sweet. So Van Winter gave a donation and said, "Here's this for some camping snacks." I appreciate that. I really do like snacks. I like snacks and treats, and that's like what I want to do. Is I just want to like sit in a camping chair and just like eat some snacks and sit in the sun, chase some bugs. I don't know. Take it easy. Take it easy. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'll see you all on Friday. Let's hang out on Friday. I kind of do want to watch more Bible Man. I don't know. Like it's kind of our thing. It's really fucking funny. We're going to run out of episodes eventually anyways. We'll eventually run out of episodes, so we just as well get to it. Hey, anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'm sorry, it's so hot. Like, I literally need to change my shirt because I've sweated it to death. And I need to, like, go stand outside because it's just, like, there's no air conditioning in the place that I live in because it very rarely gets above 65 degrees. So when it does, I'm, like, SOL. Like, I'm shit out of luck. Like, I just have to sweat it out. And I'm not having a great time about it. I'm just, like, dripping at my fucking head and everything. Yes, thank you. And thank you so much for all your support and your amazing encouragement and everything like that. And let's hang out Friday. Let's watch Bible Man. Let's watch Crazy People. Let's have some fun. Let's eat some snacks. I don't know. Maybe I'll order pizza or something. We'll have a pizza night. Anyways, take care, everybody, and I shall see you in the chat room of Morg's live streams.